Here on the table I have my next project to be fixed. It is a hair drying thing. Okay, that's all I need to know about it, but what I can see is that two pieces of wires go into it, and these wires go to a switch and a light bulb, and from the switch electricity goes through these heating or heated elements or heating pads as per warning label on this item. It was given to me with the words, please fix it if you can. So in this video I'll see what I can do with it. Its complexity seems to be fairly low. There are a limited number of parts to this thing, and therefore a limited number of possible things can go wrong. What I can do with it is a mystery as is, but we'll give it a try. So after taking apart the two halves and accessing the circuit board there, I found out there's an electrical contact glitch issue with this item. Now, it has two LED lights, one red, one green. And you can see that the green is only coming on occasionally when the circuit board is tapped. So, right now, it's fully functional, and the pads are indeed heating up. They are hot to the touch. I don't have a thermometer to show you, but it's fully functional. So due to some kind of wiring issue that stops this flow of electricity somewhere around this area, I kind of don't want to touch it while it's plugged in, but it was fairly obvious that this green was not on just a minute ago, and now it's fully on and it's fully functional. Wow, sorry, it's fully functional. Am I burning some plastic? No, nothing is in contact with those pads. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it and flip it around and explain what's going on the other side. I powered the unit down and want to show you that these surfaces are still hot. If I take this digital multimeter and set it to infrared temperature measurement, then you can see it's 50 something, 56 degrees, almost 60 degrees, still warm to the touch in Celsius, or whatever that many degrees in Fahrenheit. Same on the opposite side. Gonna be a little cooler now because it's a few seconds later, but comparable there. So, and just for contrast, the tabletop's temperature is, sorry, wrong button, there, just vastly different. Okay, there, completely different number. So what's wrong with the unit is electrical contact problem. Come on and take a really close look at the circuit board. This is going to be my pointer here. So we have here a switch, a two position switch, on and off. I know this from the lid here, that, or the cover plate that covers it. It says, ouch, it says on here and off in this position. So that's how this was covering the switch. There is a resistor, an LED. This one is a variable resistor that sets the temperature. It doesn't look like this when the dial is on it. There, of course, you turn or rotate the dial to set the desired temperature of the plates here. So on the other side, electrical contact. So this is on the upper side, and on the other side you can see this is where the power cable comes in here at these two contact points, labeled neutral and line or live. And there is a transistor here, a fuse, flawlessly working. And you can see a number of resistors here, resistor number 8, resistor number 2, etc. These 3 points are the 3 legs of this 2 position switch. There's another resistor there and the capacitor there. So electrical contact this is what I mean by it. I checked the resistors and everything, diodes, everything that's here. Point check them using the probes on the multimeter. So I measured resistance or whatever continuity on all of these contact points, one item at a time, like this way. Okay, so the items, these micro electronic components, they all check out one at a time, but they don't check out as a whole. Okay, so the fuse is good, the transistor is good, the power cord is good, the heater elements are good from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, between this and this, between this and this. So all of these measurement points check out, but the whole thing doesn't check out, meaning that these soldering points here can become loose electrically and they can develop an open. Any of these can crack up microscopically, leading to the result that this green LED doesn't turn on or only turns on when I tap on the circuit board. Somewhere on the circuit board, one of these soldered connections is microscopically loose. It's difficult to say which one it is. Maybe the one underneath this variable resistor here setting the temperature control, because this is a moving component and everything, and the switch is a moving component. Everything else is a solid state component, with including this transistor, no moving components inside, but they can all, these are the two legs of the diode. This is where it's soldered into the circuit board here and there. So these can all break up microscopically and result to this whole thing not working. So which one is it? I don't know. So what worked here? Jiggling, shaking, tapping, and putting it back together will keep this running for a period of time. But again, since these soldered connections deteriorate over time, it's not a fix. Nothing has been really fixed. Everything's been just tapped. So where is the fault? Where is the open on the circuit board? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's not apparent just yet which component might be faulty, because all work and fire correctly when it's tapped right. So as for taking it apart and putting it together, put the cover plate back on, put this small item back to cover the switch. Before I do that, there are two screws that go in it. One of the screws goes here and another screw goes there to hold down this cover plate here, and then the two hinge halves go together fairly straightforward. There's one screw here that needs to be undone like so, and then this pin comes out, and there's this one, and there are these two cover plates that cover up the hinge from the outside, cover up the screw head. So this is where disassembly starts, and then the spring of course just sits in here like so, just loosely thereabouts. So that's basically all there is to it. It's just gonna assemble back together, and yes, hoping for the best at the moment. So the unit is plugged in, seems to be working, still hot after assembly, so that's reassuring. As well as if I rotate this dial to a lower setting, you're gonna see this green light come on. At the temperature, it's been cooling down. At the temperature, wherever it turns on, there, apparently it's about 250 Fahrenheit, and it cycles, so the green light stays on until it reaches whatever temperature is set here. So that means that the temperature setting on it is working in all positions. That's reassuring. And finally, what do we have here? Let's take a look at the make and model of this item. So that's basically what I've been working all along with. Thank you very much for watching. You be safe out there with electricity.